Hi, hello, my name is Jordan. Welcome to my channel. If you didn't already know who I was, this is a channel where I draw sometimes and also post sometimes. In this installation, I will be drawing 2 of your OCs. I couldn't get all 4 done just because I've been extremely busy, but I'm gonna make this a recurring series on the channel, so you're gonna see more of your OCs here, which I think is a fantastic thing. You guys have amazing OCs and it's an honor to draw them. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. So the first OC I drew was submitted by email by Leonidas, who also goes by LeoSV on YouTube. His name is Steve, and he's 16 and a half. I'm just gonna read the description I was sent along with Steve. He has dark brown eyes, long lashes, pointy-ish teeth, silver earrings and necklaces, vitiligo mainly on his face and arms, but also on his back, a quite beautiful nose in their opinion, dark brown hair with some less pigmented parts, and it's slightly messy. I think I made the hair a lot messier in my version, but it's cool. The thing I love about Steve is how spiky he is. I don't know if that's an accurate descriptor, but I just love how sharp some of the features of his are. It makes him a really cool character. I know he's not a villain, but damn. Yeah. To talk about the drawing, I gave him headphones because Leo also says that he's in a band but just for vibes, so I assumed he'd use headphones to listen to their music, you know. I love his shirt, trying my best, that's what we all are doing. And the reference I found is on Pinterest. I was scrolling through it. I think I'll share my boards once upon a time, when I feel like it. But I was scrolling through Pinterest and I saw it and I was like, oh my god, this would work so well for this character that Leo submitted, because I was trying to think of references or at least poses to post Steve in. For the process, I started with a little thumbnail sketch. It wasn't really a thumbnail because I had already sketched it in my sketchbook previously. It was more like I wanted a better feel of the composition of the piece. So I started by zooming out the canvas real small, using one of my pencil brushes and just sketching. Then I cleaned up that sketch, not the best that I could have, but I always go over it later on, which I know I can clean up the sketch to a T now, so I don't have to overpaint later. But I think the overpainting process is also really satisfying in my opinion, so I love doing it. There's a section, which I think you just saw, where I literally I stopped recording. And that's because this drawing was done over 2 days, but it took me 2 hours to complete. And it was 1 hour a break, and then the next day I did an hour. But that hour that I did not record the first half hour. So I had started shading and stuff. And I only realized I wasn't recording when I went to my taskbar and I saw OBS was running. I was like, oh my gosh, y'all aren't gonna see anything. So I kind of just had to stop what I was doing, hide all the layers, and then show them in successive order. So at this point in time, I think I'm shading. I'm watching the recording and doing the voiceover at the same time. So maybe I'm a bit off, but I think I'm shading and adding highlights to the hair. It's a pretty straightforward process. The lighting reference is in the reference there, so I kind of just followed that to the best of my ability and took some creative liberties, especially with the headphones, because I didn't want to make them seem too realistic. Yeah, changed the background to make it suit the theme or the feel I was going for a bit better. Continued shading and stuff, and that's pretty much the entire process until it is time for overpainting or underpainting in some cases and adding highlights and stuff, which I do to clean up the sketch, because as I said before, I don't really clean it up that well in the beginning, so I have to do it later. But it's a reward. It's what I look forward to in the painting process, or at least in the drawing process, so it makes everything worth it to me. And I think it's nice to have something like that, a process you really look forward to. as you're drawing, as you're illustrating, so that like when you get to that process, you have a good time, you have a dandy time. If you were struggling before, you're not struggling now, and all of that. So this is a bit of a rant. I don't really have a script for these sorts of things. I kind of just speak my mind and see where that leads me. Thank you, Leo, for letting me draw Steve. He's a really cool character. I've probably said that like a lot of times. I'm not gonna look at this recording again, but thank you for letting me draw him. Thank you for trusting me to draw him. I hope I didn't do him dirty. I hope I represented him the way you would like to see him be represented. And yeah, thank you. The last dossier I drew was submitted to me on Twitter by Rosalyne. She gives me cold, distant scientist, and I am living for it. I did not have a reference for this pose because it's a pose I kind of thought up in my head at the time. Bad mistake, that's a rookie mistake. Always have references for your poses. So I kind of struggled a lot with the coat and making it look like it made some semblance of sense. I don't think it did, but like I'm too lazy to go back and change it, so it's gonna stay the way it is. For the first time, I did not have that much of an issue with hands, which is shocking because hands are like the thing that makes or breaks the piece for me, because I somehow manage to do them wrong almost all the time. And every time I look back at a piece, I'm like, oh my god, the hands are so bad. Why did I do this to myself? But like, you know, it is what it is. I loved the attitude she was giving in the reference I was sent, so I wanted to exaggerate it. I don't know, I just wanted to display it, and I gave her a lollipop so that she could look like she had something in her mouth. I don't know what I was thinking. Her hair, I think is it a hime cut or a jellyfish cut? But like, it's giving everything to me. It's giving everything to me. And yeah, that's really all I had to say about the sketching. The sketching took a significant portion of this process, especially because I was not satisfied with like the arm and the hair, which I had to restart. If I restarted the arm, I'm not sure if I would have been satisfied by it, but it's a bit too late for that now, because I'm not opening up OBS again. I gave her the little thing on the head. Is it called a hoge? I don't know what it is, but it's cute, and I wanted to give it to her. I noticed that both characters I drew ended up having on the heads, but you know what? We move on. I also noticed that I didn't draw any full body poses this time. I think I was just tired, especially because full body poses require a lot of mental power from me, and I just wanted to sit down, draw, and not have to think about what I was drawing, and like, about the anatomy and the logistics. The star in her pupil, I love it. I don't think it's that visible, especially with like the base color I chose for her iris. It's very electric blue, which it looks cool, but you can't see the star. I think I outlined it slightly near the end of the process. It's been a minute since I saw these recordings, but like, yeah. Here's just me shading, adding details and stuff. If we remove the fact that the shoulder, the right shoulder, I think, the shoulder that's coming towards us, gave me a hell of a time. She was pretty simple to draw. Really not that difficult. It was sit down, put the pen on the tablet and just draw, which was fantastic. Adding highlights to the hair, pretty simple. Then I changed the color of the lines, which I really didn't have to do all that much, especially because I think the way I chose to layer everything this time. But yeah, pretty simple thing all around. I had a fun time, it was a good time, it was a great time. Thank you for letting me draw your character on green. I'm so sorry it took me so long to respond to your Twitter DM. I don't see DMs that easily. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Here's the overpaint. Thank you for letting me draw your OC. It was pretty cool, pretty fun, and she was a boss draw. This is the part of the video where I don't know what to do with myself. Again, I've been very busy. I'm so sorry to all of you guys who subscribed recently and haven't seen any content from me whatsoever. I've just been doing uni stuff. It's my final year of school. I'm nearly done. I sat my SAT, got a good score, so I'm never sitting that exam again. But I've been very, very busy just getting my life in order. So thank you all for sticking around when I don't post for like months at a time. I'm working on it, I swear. I just don't think I'll be able to have anything out by October because in school something really big's coming up. I can't say anything for my privacy, for the privacy of the event as well. But yeah, that's my life. If you guys would like more life updates, let me know in the comments. I may just put them into community tab for all you guys to see, so that I don't have to say them in a video like this. I can just say them when they happen. But thank you for sticking with me through this bout of inactivity. Thank you for subscribing, thank you for liking my content, submitting your OCs, just interacting with me in any way, shape, or form. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day, be good, and stay hydrated. Goodbye.